I was going to say, you definitely took some notes from that guy. But
he
yeah.
was the start of it.
Now, next to him, though, I'd like to say that's Mr. Eric, and this kid has really shined a lot lately. He's done a real good job. He's really impressed a whole lot of people. He's one of the few Wi-Fi warriors that's starting to shine, circa Salem. We've seen Salem come up from Wi-Fi. So let's see what Mr. Eric has here to offer for us today. Orion is not going to be an easy matchup for him, and he's definitely going to be putting this rookie to the test.
Yes. But Mr. Eric is very good, though.
Oh, I was just giving him his props. He's another one, the New York, New Jersey randoms that you always hear so much about. You know, another person making these matchups so hard. And I have to give shout-outs to Mr. Eric's dad. That dude is at every tournament with the...
I respect that guy so much.
If my parents supported me going to tournaments like that, I think I'd be the happiest kid ever.
It's amazing. Mr. Eric, he seems a little bothered by it, but if your dad is willing to come with you to tournaments to root you on...
And see, the thing is, I think that comes with age. He doesn't realize it just yet. You know, he'll grow older and be like, damn, my dad is at every one of my tournaments. Like that... It's like you know, when your parents came to your baseball game, whatever. Like here, you're rocking out. You got first place. Your dad's cheering you on. Like take you out to Denny's. There we go.
Take you out to Denny's.
That's the hype moment. Now getting back to the match here, actually getting pretty close right now. It looks like Orion started off with a strong lead.
Nice.
Mr. Eric, and I believe it's his brother with him, are really proficient with Sword Breaker, or Shield Breaker. It's really funny to me. Like, they hit me with it about 12 times in a row in friendlies, and I was so baffled and upset by it, because I really didn't even care. They just...
He does that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, but do we see Mr. And that's a stop.
Very, very great situational awareness and awareness of the stage by Orion. He knew that the platform wasn't going to save him. He knew to just hang out on that ledge and take that stock.
All right, so Mr. E facing a deficit right now, but it's nothing he can't come back from.
Now, the biggest thing I like about this matchup is that Mr. Eric tends to be, I don't want to say a sporadic player, but a bit more spontaneous. He catches people with a lot of things off guard.
Yeah.
Now, Orion is a very similar player. He does a lot to really just pull out the tricks from his bag, too. So you can see both of them still trying to feel each other out, see what's going on. The lead isn't that massive right now, even though the stock is in Orion's favor.
I agree.
And definitely Mr. Eric is keeping his cool right now. You can see in his face. He still got the game plan down.
Very focused. And now a little background knowledge about Orion. Orion actually struggles in this matchup. He is not very good against Marth. But yet he still did very good in Europe against Mr. R and Leon. I think he possibly beat Leon once.
No, he beat Mr. R.
Oh, Mr. R
actually. At a very big tournament, he beat Mr. R. So he grew to be better in the matchup, but he still has a hard time dealing with it from what he explained. I mean, Mr. Eric, though, right now.
Mr. Eric actually got the lead back.
And you could tell right now, I mean, Mr. Eric really just on point right now.
Whoa!
Wanted to see if he could catch him with a stutter step F smash. Orion very well aware of that option. Made sure to go to the ledge immediately, get away from that.
I was looking for a run-up spike.
Yeah, a lot of the common, grab releases we see. But wow, very great fundamentals demonstrated by Mr. Eric right now. The spacing, the correct use of options. I'm really impressed right now.
Our random. I wouldn't even call him a random anymore.
Nah,
just our lower level players.
He is one of our Wi-Fi warriors. As Salem grew and came out of Wi-Fi, I think those New York, New Jersey Wi-Fi warriors are things you got to grow to watch out for.
Wi-Fi players can do it, man. That's where I started. I came straight off of Wi-Fi. Man. It's possible.
And he really almost got Orion there. He had the charged up smash. Orion chose the right option. A little bit of disrespect, just starting to try and get in the player's head. I do enjoy that from Orion. Really sees if he can break him down.
Nice run off fair.
That might have been a tipper almost.
It was a tipper.
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw. And great spacing at the ledge by Mr. Eric. I really enjoy that. He is at the correct distance.
Nice up B.
Right there. Gave himself plenty of room to choose his option. Make sure he had enough time to react to Orion's option and nailed the kill from it. So we're dead even right now with about half the timer left.
Orion picking up on some momentum.
Now the only problem is going to be Mr. Eric has been playing from behind this whole
time.
Yeah, and he's done a great job, but against Orion, you don't want to be coming, you don't want to be pulling up the rear. That's not how it's got to go, because that's what he lives for.
Yep. Timeout City.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad.
Oh, I think there was a, oh, very nice. Those beer reverse counters, very interesting options.
He is really known for that.
They're very effective. It's impressive. Catching a lot. That was one of those tools I was talking about. Catching people off guard, and even here against Orion,
who is very experienced.
Seen a lot in all the years he's played this game. Oh, and that's going to do it. Great job there by Orion. Saw the opportunity to punish the landing. Nailed him with a strong portion of down smash. Yet again, though, that was a very close game for an opener there.
It was very
And now
close.
Mr. Eric is going to get that beautiful opportunity to get his counter pick stage. And as we know, Marth can get closer to 50-50 matchups against Meta Knight, so I'm sure he's hoping to have a little bit more equality.
It is still very important to win game 1, though.
Of course, you always want to win game 1, especially against the Meta Knight, because there's nothing worse than game 3 being there. Yeah,
Delfino, Halberd,
everyone knows that. It's what's starting to plague the stage lists. They don't want to see Delfino. They don't want to see Halberd because there's no opportunity. It's literally win game 1 or lose.
Yes.
Like that, and that's hard. But, I mean, you have ice climbers running around, and it's get grabbed and lose. So, I mean, pick your poison, man. All right, there we go.
All right, jumping up and down.
That's what it was. Getting the blood flowing. And there we go. A little bit of love from MYC. Mike Kirby hanging around. We got the House of 3000. You got the Kill Sage hanging there. He's got a lot of respect on his plate. Let's see if Mr. Eric can break this out right now.
I actually got to play the Kill Sage this tournament.
Really?
Earlier.
It's very interesting. Vinny got a chance to play him, and he actually said he was very impressed with how capable he was. He said that he did a lot of things that really he hasn't seen a lot of snakes do. Even LI, he said that there were a lot of things that were just way different the way he went about the matchup.
Sage actually prides himself on that matchup a lot.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to say because that's all. Like, you know, it's definitely got some favor and it's hard to call, but sometimes a different play style can change the look of a matchup entirely.
Yes, it can.
A la Anti and the way he goes about the Olimer matchup versus M2K.
Jesus.
Like there's definitely a huge difference in play styles having impacts on matches. So we shall see here. Now we're on Smashville. Did they go straight back?
What do you mean?
They played on Smashville game 1, if I remember.
Yeah.
So
straight back.
No change into it. I guess Mr. Eric was comfortable here. He thought he lost by only a small margin and just going to try and clean up those mistakes. Great SDI there.
Woo, nice follow-up. Chased him.
Oh, but I think that was two trips in the span of about 10 seconds there from Mr. Eric. That's a rough break.
Tripping is terrible, man.
It is frustrating, but, you know, even you great players have a mentality that's built in to deal with it, so...
I don't know, man. I get salty.
I can understand, but you know that you can't be that salty and end up giving away more percent in the stock. So Orion,
Mr. Eric is still doing good.
And do you see the way he gets away with counter two? Like, he does it and immediately causes Orion to back away. Like, Orion doesn't want to mess around with that at all. And that's not something that you really see in this matchup, at least here on the East Coast very often, because most of our Marths have retired and or become commentators or, you know,
or have become commentators.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Because Pierce is, like, not really retired, and he's still an awesome Marth. You can't hate on that. Shoutouts to Pierce, always. Dude trained me how to be a commentator.
That was a nice air dodge through the side B by Orion.
And that comes from knowledge of Marth consistently. That's not something you just wake up one day and think, hey, I should do that. That's definitely
I can do this now.
Yeah, like,
you have to practice it.
Ooh, that was a rough DI from Mr. Eric. Unfortunately, Pat G gave a call to him, and he answered.
I love how relevant that joke still is.
Because you see the angle, and even in the original video, the angle is so bad that when it happens, you cannot help but say it. Like, that down and out angle is like, oh, don't do that. Crouch canceling is gone. Like,
surprisingly, Mr. Eric still looks focused.
I mean, honestly, he just took Orion's first stock when he was at 74 with a tipper fair. So great mentality from Mr. Eric. Really keeping his head in the game right now. Has a lot of work ahead of him.
A lot.
You could already see Orion starting to sit back a little bit. That 2 stocks, almost 6 minutes on the timer. This is Orion land right now.
That comfort factor.
Now, I'm bothered by that because Orion totally could have held the ledge and taken him there. That was... I don't know if that was his own courtesy to see the match keep going.
I'm not sure. I mean, Orion is a man of
Sure
time.
about that? That was awfully close. All right, fair enough. Words from Vex proving me wrong, so I won't be arguing that. But it looked awfully close. It was very close.
Questionable tornado from Orion.
Big thing is, though, huge percent lead for Orion right now.
Very
Stock and
huge.
percent lead, so you can tell he's...
Whoa! Nice counter by Mr. Eric.
As always, giving him a chance to just get back on stage, which is so important for Marth against Meta Knight.
Again, man!
And that's what it is, really, too. You see a lot of times is just you don't realize how many active frames that move has, and honestly, Mr. Eric fully abusing that.
But he's in a bad spot now.
Now, this is still winner's bracket, and I gotta say, even if Orion pulls this out like I had a feeling he was going to, Mr. Eric put on a great show, and he's not dropped out yet. Very impressive, but a solid win from Orion. Definitely still doing it up. It looks like... Okay, so we got New Jersey coaching. Good luck to both of you. Hope to see you guys soon up on stream. Yeah, don't worry about it. Let's see what we got going.